that the galaxy has ever seen, possibly. And I say possibly because, well, there are other parts of the story that we really just can't get into today. Now, what was left? This is where it gets very, very sad, my brothers and sisters. Jesus is gone. He wasn't killed. He wasn't killed. No Muslim believes that. He ascended as the Lord took him. As God is our witness, we have been trying to tell you the truth. And your people have been misguiding you. And so after Jesus, we already had some severe political problems. Most of the children of Israel refused to believe in the messengership of the true prophet anyway. And now the very messengership of the prophet, Jesus, was starting to get lost. The language of Aramaic is not even available anymore. And of the original word, which is a sign of the clear prophethood of Jesus, we don't know what we have. We have some narrations from clear companions. Blessed are they who follow the light, and all Muslims. And we recite in our own Quran that the prophet gave to us the blessings of the helpers of Jesus and his companions who are with him. But we find in the story of Jesus' ascension a strange coincidence. When Jesus is told something very, very important, you are about to ascend, that thing which no man has ever done. What does Jesus do? Jesus does what all prophets of the light do. He bathes himself and purifies himself. The body, how? With water, as I have told you, is the truth of the light from the very beginning. And he does the prayer that he knows as the greatest prophet that the world has ever seen, is the most humbling of all of the sons of Adam. To stay in the Garden of Gethsemane, waiting for the Lord to take him. Now, when exactly he ascended, there are differing opinions. But what was that prayer? And this is an important concept. Jesus was found in Gethsemane with his head to the ground, worshiping the Lord Most High. But the situation was dire. And only a few hundred years after Jesus' ascension, we started to see very strange problems. The children of Israel were, what? Not having the Temple of Solomon anymore, misguided in so many ways and forms. Already Jesus had come to warn them, and they refused to listen. And the Romans and the Jews and whoever was corrupted, and all the evilness that goes on in the true politics of any story. It's sad to admit, and we all know it's the reality of the truth, that sometimes we all search for the light, but the forces of darkness overcome the situation, and man is forgetful of the truth. And so as time progresses, things get worse. And not very long after the ascension of Jesus, blessed and praised be he, we know that the Christians are gathering and uniting on creating symbols and images and deciding that the worship of Jesus as the Son of God is there. And what we have seen from all the ancient stories of every great civilization against the worshippers of the one true Lord is that a Trinity is begun, and a fight occurs from our own history we read between those who believed in the one true Lord and said, the believers in the one true Lord are always those who don't make graven images. Our Lord is the Lord Most High. He has created all of the universe. And so here some of the Jews had a problem with some of the Christians who started to suggest that Jesus was the Son of God, or that there was a Trinity. And this problem continued to be a political problem. And so many of the tribes of Israel continued their old-fashioned ways of not understanding what was really going on in the story anymore. They had refused the signs of their own prophets because they said, we are the chosen people. We will not intermarry. We will not mix. We have decided there's no other way to protect. And so when the next true prophet came, they missed that sign. And it has caused continuous turmoil. And many people of the children of Israel followed Jesus and accepted the light. And then corruption came even amongst them. And the whole situation got so misguided that in our cosmic struggle in the world, in our battle that every single prophet has been trying to tell us, the situation was so messed up. And so many people had forgot the story of the truth that all the prophets had come to tell them. And what are the fundamentals? We must remind you, O people, as I was talking about the Jews and praising the prophets of their time who bore the truth, I talk to you, O people who call yourself closest to Jesus, to remind yourself of the truth of the light. And I mean no ill will to anyone of the son of Adam, if you've understood anything from what I'm telling you. But we come to a time in this story where all stories have to start to come to an end. And if you didn't understand in something that happened as the ascension of Jesus, son of Mary, from the earth, that we were getting to a dire time where we were going to see monumentous shifts and changes. Something was happening on the earth. The situation was in such turmoil. Abraham had begged the Lord to make sure that the worship of only one God reigned supreme. And we're at a point where on the earth there is no house on the world worshiping the Lord. Can you believe that it's happened again? I'm saying it right now and I can't believe to tell the story after the great people of Solomon and the followers of Jesus and the followers of Ismail and the followers of Solomon and David. The world is back to a situation where Satan and the other interdimensional beings and jinns have tricked us again and fooled us in our own story that there is not a single place worshiping the Lord Most High, and there is hardly any house left. And the Jews are holding on to what's remaining of their temple in destruction and lack of understanding as their community is falling apart. And the Christians are debating over themselves on the even basic theological concepts of who God is anymore, and nobody even remembers the truth of the light, and that is your Lord is one. La ilaha illa huwa. I have been trying to teach you the story of the truth from the very beginning if you're listening to the truth. There is only one God, and the signs have been there for all of you to see, that there is a creation of angels. They have no free will. They are from the light and servants of the Lord. And there is other races of interdimensional beings in the unseen world made of smokeless fire or energy or plasma or electricity. They fill the galaxies, and some of them can fly and some of them have technology. And the prophets and the people of the Lord have known about this and warned their people from the beginning of time. But somehow, with the ascension of Christ and the misguidance of now the Christian community, we are left in the world where there is no one worshiping the true Lord and believing in the final messenger, not a single house on the face of the earth. And why do I say that? Well, because the Jews have refused to accept Christ. They still have the Wailing Wall and parts of the Temple of Solomon, but they have denied the messenger. And all Christians know that. And now in history, looking back, it's obvious to see that they ignored a clear messenger bearing the light. But after that, the Christians and the Romans and the pagans and the sun god and the moon god and all the other things got confused again. And so, it is time in the story that the descendants, Jesus, being a son of Adam from Mary, and the children of Israel, and Moses, and Joseph, and the brothers and the tribes, and Jacob and Isaac, all the way back to Abraham. The challenge was there. that everyone had forgotten that they were to remember the true worship of the Lord. And this is when the story really changes.